Привет, это седьмой главе русский язык. Hello, and this is the seventh chapter, which is Russian, which comes from this book, Do You Speak English? And each chapter is a different language. So this is chapter 7. This is the website which has the details, and if you go to the blog, you'll see the Russian part, which has the 12 steps, which I'm going to run through very quickly with you. And what we'll do is we'll go from step 1 to step 12. So starting with the first step, I have a list here in front of me. Первая часть, first part, region. Now, when we begin a language, it's important to see where the language is spoken. In this case, Russian, of course, is spoken in Russia, but it's also spoken where the Soviet Union used to exist. So in other countries such as Kazakhstan, Moldova, the Baltic states, Ukraine, Belarus. It's a big language, so it's important to first see where the language is spoken before we start to get a little bit smaller. Then what we do for the second step, and hopefully you're following the blog while you're listening to this, the Taraya Chast, so the part 2, Gorod, the city. And what I've done in this case is I've chosen St. Petersburg, which is the second largest city in Russia, a very beautiful city. And in this clip, you'll get to see a lot of the city, which then brings you a bit closer to the language. So we go from the region, then to the city, and then третья часть, number 3, место, which is a place. So normally what I do for these blogs is I choose a marketplace because that's the best place where you can find a lot of the written language. In this case, however, what I've done is I've gone to Moscow, and the place to look for the signs is the Moscow Metro. And it's public transport, so you see a lot of written signs. The great thing about the metro in Moscow is that none of it is in English, so it's a real challenge. You have to get around the whole subway system using Russian. There's no backup. It's fantastic. Alright, so that's what I really like about it. Okay, now on to the fourth step, which is tretья часть, situatia, situations. And the best way to follow situations in a language is to follow the people in TV series, so programs such as drama, reality TV. These are all really, really good for picking up the language. And what I suggest is to take away the subtitles, because as strange as that might sound, it actually slows us down if we have that safety net. The only subtitles you should have are in the same language, in this case in Russian. But please, пожалуйста, no subtitles in English or any other language. It will slow you down. Alright, moving along, пятая часть, number 5, питание, food. One of the best ways to learn a language is through its food. I love Russian food. I think it's really varied, particularly because of its history and its association with its neighbors. So you'll see everything from Central Asian to Eastern European all in the one cuisine. And this clip will run through a list of some of the most common dishes found in this part of the world. Okay, шестая часть, number 6, кухня, which is the cuisine, or in this case the kitchen, because what we'll do now is to have a look at how something is made, and in this case it'll be blini, which is Russian pancake, similar to a crepe. And again, no subtitles, but you won't need them. It's basically about following instructions, and it's fairly straightforward, especially if you can see images. Not to mention, it'll show you how to make something in Russian cuisine. So that's an interesting one. Alright, moving right along, седьмая часть, muzika, which speaks for itself as music. I love all types of Russian music, but particularly Russian pop music. And I've left a list there of some fairly recent pop songs in Russian, which are from artists that are not just Russian, but Ukrainian, Moldovan, I should say Moldavian. Have a look at the list, and again, go to the lyrics. So find this word in Russian and follow the songs with the song words. Okay, moving along. Восьмая часть, sport. So this is number 8, and of course, sport is an important way to learn the language. So normally, what I do with these clips is I choose football because it's a very very common sport, but because of the the climatic situation of Russia, ice hockey is very very popular, as is ice skating in general. And I've chosen a clip of this little guy who's really good on his blades, just to give you an idea of what the local people are interested in when it comes to hobbies and sports and physical activities. Okay, moving along. Devyataya часть film, and Russian film is very interesting, very diverse. I've left a list of some recent movies that are in Russian, whether from Russia or Kazakhstan, which is where a lot of movies are made in Russian. And again, no subtitles unless it's in Russian. Okay, now we're on to number 10, Dezhataya Chasta Ludia, which is people. And now, people are, of course, essential for learning a language, especially native speakers. And like all of these clips, what I suggest is to check out my list of language exchange websites where you can find someone who you can then hook up with on Skype, and most importantly, find someone who's the same level as you. Otherwise, it's not going to work out too well. So they need to be, the same level. If you're beginner level in Russian, they should be beginner level in your language. That's a very important way to learn a language, if you can keep that as a routine. Okay, 11-я часть, or the 11th part, is работа, work. And if this language is of an interest to you because of work, then obviously being in a work situation is very important, especially something like an interview. You'll pick up lots of business vocabulary as well. So if this is your reason for learning the language, this is a very, very important step. Now, on to the last one, 12-я часть, which is the 12th part, отношения, situations. Now, situations, or should I say relationships, actually, is about how people interact with each other. In this case, what I've done is sometimes we need to be a little negative with the language. We need to see what makes people tick, what gets them angry, what they're passionate about. Now, this clip is about migrants from Uzbekistan living in Russia, which is, a bit of a social issue in Russia these days. It's important to see, what's current, what's out there in terms of the news, what concerns people. Okay, so yeah, this is a list of 12 important ways, important steps to learn a language in the Russian language. So yeah, пожалуйста, пришлите мне сообщение по-русски или по-английски. So if you can send me some messages, that'd be great. The next clip will be in Indonesian, so I look forward to seeing you there. So until then, спасибо, and I'll see you next time. До свидания.